My parents were buried alive for sleeping with each other. They were siblings. I was supposed to be killed as well, as the chief priest ordered, who later said I'm the future queen of the land. But how? When my mother became pregnant, she lied that she was impregnated by a man inside the bush. The chief priest summoned the gods of thunder to strike the doer. Without my mother knowing, it did strike my father. He was in a very critical state, before my mother confessed that he was the one that impregnated her, after she delivered me. The community gathered and buried my parents alive, as they claimed that it was an abomination for siblings to consummate. I was supposed to be killed, but a woman grabbed me and ran way outside the community. I was declared wanted. I spent most of my days wandering around picking some felled foods and fruits, until I was able to meet Pascal, the prince of the land that declared me wanted. He loved and cherished me. I lived inside a mud house close to the river. A maiden who would be the next queen was to be chosen by the mermaid. All maidens assembled to find out who would be the next queen amongst them. I heard someone calling me from afar. I couldn't tell who it was. The mermaid stood looking at me, smiling. She urged me to appear at the ceremony. All the maidens weren't chosen when I appeared for the quest. Nobody recognized me. People kept wondering whom I was. "She's the chosen one," the mermaid shouted with a smile on her face. The prince looked with anger on his face. He called my name. "I never loved you. How can I be your wife? I only see you as a friend. Besides, you are a nobody without a parent," the prince said, leaving the arena. I cried remembering all that happened. The king ordered his men to find out more about me, but none knew whom I was. "Her destiny is that she's to be the queen of this land, and it can't be cleaned, and the prince's destiny is that he is to be the king of this land. But, she's the daughter of the woman who was buried alive alongside her husband," the chief priest said. "Bury her. Bury her alive," people shouting. "The king raped the woman that was buried alive. That's your mother, Ola," the chief priest said, looking at Vivian. "She tried aborting the baby as advised by her best friend." Ola's best friend met the king's personal advisor, narrating what the king did to her friend while he was drunk. The king's best friend told the king what he did as he was drunk. The king was angry at himself, and left for Ola's community to take full responsibility of the pregnancy. Before he could get there, she has taken the herbs, on the process lost her womb. On hearing this, the prince left immediately and got married to another woman. When Ola heard it, she cried not because of the king, but because of her best friend's betrayal. Ola got married to her best friend's husband, as her best friend Fina left and never returned. Destiny can never be cleaned. You were born to give birth to an heir to the throne, a madman prophesied to Oma. "Ha ha ha, me without a womb." Oma left laughing at the madman. Oma couldn't bear a child for many years. She knew what the problem was. She went to the stream to take her life. "Don't do that," a voice echoed. She saw a mermaid, smiling at her. "Your destiny is bright. Never take your life because of the challenges you are facing now," the mermaid said. "What do you seek for me to do for you?" "I want to bear a child for my husband," Oma said. "The man you are living with is never your husband. Your husband will see you tonight. Open up to him. Even if it's your first time, you will become pregnant." "Make another wish," the mermaid said. "I wish you protect my children for eternity." "Your wish is granted," the mermaid said and disappeared. That night the king left to see Oma in her house, just to find her naked, then had it with her. Reality. "My king Vivian is your daughter. You can allow the community to stone her to death if you want," the chief priest said, leaving the place. "Since I can't impregnate another woman, who then is the real father of my son?" The prince looked at the king in surprise and shock. The gods are silent. The queen ran away quietly. "Tell the queen that she must pay for betraying her friend and causing her death." Vivian was kidnapped and the mermaid watched as they men dragged her to the stream to allow her drawn on the water, the tide, and dropped deep inside the water. The next morning the king received the news that Vivian is dead, that she was found on the stream as she got drowned. The prince rushed to the stream and found Vivian. He cried and declared his love towards her. Vivian woke up, people around were surprised as how she is alive. People accused the queen of being responsible and protesting for her to be killed, and as the native doctor declared her evil for no reason. The queen was dragged to the king, for him to give his final judgment, on how she would be punished. The queen isn't the one that tried to kill Vivian but her father. Her father is a strong wizard, he influenced her very well, but she's not the one. Why did you say that she is evil? The people shouted. She is Oma's best friend who advised her to abort the baby and went ahead to marry the king, her best friend's supposed husband. The king never knew she is Oma's friend. Who is the father of the prince? The king asked. Oma's husband is. They were both innocent, they lived together as husbands and wife but never consummated. They hide the truth so that the queen's father wouldn't kill the king. The both sacrificed their lives for you, my king. The queen was pregnant for Paul. Before you married her, she was the one that asked her father to kill Oma and her child, so that no one could take over her place. That's the reason why the mob protested that Oma and husband should be buried. They were all bribed. This is to confirm what the mermaid said, that Vivian and Prince A can marry and are the future queen and king of the land. Few months later, they were both crowned the future queen and king of the land. Vivian called out for the mermaid. I can't believe my eye, is this really you, Vivian? You look very beautiful, royalty really suit you, and the prince, you both have been destined to be together, from the beginning. We shall forever be thankful to you. Always remember, destiny can never be cleaned, neither can it be denied, the mermaid said. The end.